Welcome to the Holborn Assets channel. In this series, we look at major events in the history of economics that help to shape the world we live in today. If you think of any event we missed, or there's some topic on money and finance you'd like us to discuss, just leave a comment and it'll help us make the videos you want to see. After World War II, the Soviet Union set up puppet governments in many countries between it and the rest of Europe, commonly known as the Eastern Bloc. In Poland, the influence of the Soviets slowly waned, and in 1980, an anti-government labour union called Solidarity formed. Membership skyrocketed, and there were 9.5 million members within a year. The Polish government were worried, and they initiated martial law, hoping to disband the union through military strength. But Solidarity were funded by both the Catholic Church and the CIA. What's more, the US imposed strict sanctions on the Polish government, costing them billions of dollars through the 80s. When serious negotiations began with Solidarity, they were lifted, and the Labour Union eventually won an election in 1989. This led to many other Eastern Bloc countries freeing themselves from the Soviets and the collapse of the Soviet Union itself. The economic reforms in the early 90s made it much easier for companies to be created and to go about business in Poland. By the time the global crisis came around, Poland was the only European country not to enter a recession. This was thanks to a few factors, such as keeping their own currency, the zloty, as well as being one of the very few governments not to introduce austerity measures. Instead, they cut taxes and used foreign investment to boost public spending. Its clear success puts the austerity tactic under question. Alabama was about 7 years ahead of the rest of the US when it passed an antitrust law on the 23rd of February 1883. What followed, on a federal level, was the famous Sherman Act of 1890. Antitrust laws, or competition laws as they are commonly known, have been around since Roman times. Their aim was to prevent any business or group from slowing down the supply of a product in order to raise its price. The law in Alabama was specifically targeted at railroads, who were clubbing together to fix freight prices at an artificially high rate. The Sherman Act applied to every kind of business and basically aims to stop companies from forcing a monopoly. Monopolizing a market through just being the best out there is legal, but using your position to suppress competition is illegal. The law has been used to break up some major companies over the years, such as American Tobacco in 1911 and AT&T in 1982. In 2001, Microsoft settled their monopoly case but were not forced to separate into smaller companies like these others. Meyer Amschel Rothschild was born in a Jewish ghetto of Frankfurt on the 23rd of February 1743. His father was a trader and a small-scale currency exchanger, so he got his son an apprenticeship at a banking firm in Hanover. He began trading rare coins and acquired a number of princes as his patrons, so when he eventually turned to banking, he was quickly established as the Crown Prince Wilhelm IX's principal international banker. One of his sons, Nathan, went to London to set up shop there and became a British national. The youngest, James, did the same in Paris. He also had a son in Naples, one in Vienna, and the eldest, Amschel, took over in Frankfurt when Meyer died. Today, the Rothschild dynasty is still going strong, with the various companies in each country operating under the name Rothschild & Co. They focus mainly on investment banking, but they also own some of the most important vineyards in France. They have assets worth over $50 billion. So, that was the week. We're pretty sure there was plenty of other stuff going on, but we don't want to get carried away, do we? Don't forget to subscribe to Holborn Assets, not just to learn more about the history of economics, but also for plenty of videos on making simple investments, starting saving, and just generally taking control of your finances.